Most people think a luxury motorhome is already the peak of road travel. Leather seats, a real bed, a kitchen, a bathroom, maybe even a big TV. And for around $500,000, that is exactly what you can get. A beautiful, powerful, high-end motorhome that already feels better than most apartments. But then there is the $2 million class. And that is where things stop feeling like camping and start feeling like a private jet, a yacht, and a mansion, all got compressed into one machine. So the real question is simple. When you go from a $500,000 motorhome to a $2 million motorhome, what actually changes? Is it just nicer furniture? Is it just a bigger screen? Or is there something much deeper hiding behind that price difference? Let's break it down. At first glance, both machines can look expensive. The $500,000 motorhome already has road presence. It is long, tall, polished, and usually finished with premium paint, large windows, and a layout that feels built for comfort. For many buyers, this is already the dream. You can drive across the country, sleep wherever the road takes you, cook your own meals, relax in a full lounge, and avoid hotels completely. But the $2 million motorhome is playing a different game. It is not just trying to be a better RV. It is trying to become a luxury residence on wheels. The first major difference is the foundation. A $500,000 motorhome is usually built on a strong RV chassis or a high-end production platform. It can be smooth, reliable, and comfortable, but it is still designed around the normal expectations of the RV world. The $2 million motorhome often starts with something much heavier, more refined, and more serious. The ride quality, suspension, braking systems, engine power, insulation, and road stability are all designed for long-distance comfort at a completely different level. You do not just feel this when it is parked. You feel it when the machine is moving. A cheaper motorhome may still rattle over bad roads. Cabinets can shake, panels can vibrate, wind noise can creep in. The drive can feel big, heavy, and stressful. But in the ultra-luxury class, the goal is different. The coach should feel calm, heavy but controlled, huge but smooth, powerful but quiet. That silence is expensive. A lot of the money is hidden in the things you do not immediately see. Better insulation, stronger structure, tighter construction, smoother suspension, and higher quality materials behind the walls. That is one of the biggest differences between luxury and ultra-luxury. A $500,000 motorhome impresses you when you walk inside. A $2 million motorhome impresses you before you even understand why. Now, let's talk about space. A $500,000 motorhome can already have slide-outs, a proper bedroom, a decent kitchen, a lounge area, and a bathroom that feels surprisingly comfortable for a vehicle. But space in a motorhome is not only about square footage, it is about how intelligently every inch is used. In a $2 million motorhome, the layout usually feels less like, how do we fit a home into a vehicle, and more like, how do we make a vehicle disappear inside a home? The lounge feels wider. The bedroom feels more private. The bathroom feels less like a compromise. The kitchen feels less like a travel kitchen and more like a compact designer apartment. There may be hidden storage everywhere. Under the floor, behind panels, inside furniture, around the ceiling, inside walls. The difference is not just that the expensive one has more storage. It is that the storage is hidden so well that the interior stays clean. No clutter, no exposed mess, no feeling that every item is fighting for space. In the $500,000 motorhome, you can live comfortably. In the $2 million motorhome, the vehicle starts working hard to make you forget you are in a vehicle at all. Then comes the interior material difference. This is where many people think the price jump is just about fancier decoration, but that is not completely true. Yes, The $2 million motorhome may have better leather, real wood, stone surfaces, custom lighting, premium flooring, handmade cabinetry, and luxury-grade fixtures. But the real upgrade is consistency. In a mid-level luxury RV, one area may look incredible, while another area reminds you that it is still mass-produced. Maybe the lounge feels premium, but the bathroom feels basic. Maybe the bedroom looks nice, but the storage doors feel light. Maybe the surfaces look beautiful from far away, but up close, the details are not perfect. In the $2 million class, everything is expected to feel expensive. The door handles, the cabinet movement, the lighting temperature, the stitching, the wall panels, the shower, the ceiling, the switches. Even the way drawers close matters, because at that price, the buyer is not only paying for features, they are paying for a feeling. A normal luxury RV says, "Look how much we included." An ultra-luxury coach says, "Look how little you have to think about." That is a very different kind of comfort. Now, let's talk about technology. At $500,000, a motorhome can already include cameras, touchscreens, smart controls, solar power, generators, heating, cooling, entertainment systems, and strong battery setups. That is already impressive. But at $2 million, the technology becomes more integrated. Instead of separate systems that feel added on, everything starts to feel connected. Lighting, climate, shades, entertainment, power, water, security, cameras, and leveling systems can all be controlled more smoothly. The expensive coach is not just packed with gadgets. It is designed so the owner does not have to fight the machine. This matters because a motorhome is not just a living space. It is also a power station, a water system, a vehicle, a climate-controlled home, and a moving machine full of electronics. When all of those systems work together, the experience feels effortless. When they do not, the luxury disappears very quickly. That is why the $2 million motorhome is often less about adding more screens and more about removing friction. Another huge difference is off-grid confidence. A $500,000 motorhome can absolutely be capable of dry camping and staying away from hookups for a while. But the higher you go in price, the more serious the self-sufficiency becomes. More battery capacity, more power management, larger water tanks, better heating and cooling control, stronger generators, better insulation, more reliable monitoring systems, sometimes more redundancy. And redundancy is one of those boring words that rich buyers care about. Because if one system fails, there may be another layer to support it. If you are parked in a remote luxury location, the last thing you want is your expensive home on wheels turning into a hot metal box because one system stopped working. So yes, part of the price is comfort, but another part is confidence. The machine is expected to support a luxury lifestyle in more places for longer periods with fewer headaches. Now comes one of the most exciting upgrades: customization. At around $500,000, you may get options, different finishes, different seating, different layouts, different technology packages. But there are still limits. You are usually choosing from a menu. At $2 million, the buyer can move much closer to a custom-built experience. The floor plan may be tailored. The materials may be selected personally. The seating, lighting, storage, entertainment, office space, bedroom design, and even hidden compartments can be built around the owner's lifestyle. Some buyers want a mobile office. Some want a traveling luxury suite. Some want a garage for toys. Some want a private retreat. Some want something that feels like a yacht interior. And this is where the price becomes less about transportation and more about identity. The $500,000 motorhome is bought from the luxury RV market. The $2 million motorhome is often built around the person buying it. That is a massive difference. But there is one thing people often miss. A $2 million motorhome is not always better for everyone. In fact, for many people, the $500,000 motorhome may be the smarter choice. It can be easier to manage, easier to maintain, easier to insure, easier to drive, easier to park, and less terrifying to own. Because the more complex a motorhome becomes, the more serious the ownership experience becomes. Luxury systems need maintenance. Custom parts can be expensive. Repairs can take longer. Specialized service may not be available everywhere. And when your vehicle costs as much as a house, every small scratch suddenly feels personal. So, what are you really paying for at $2 million? You are paying for a stronger foundation, a smoother ride, a quieter cabin, a more custom interior, better materials, more advanced systems, better energy management, more hidden storage, more refined comfort, and above all, a feeling that the machine was not built for camping. It was built for someone who wants to move through the world without giving up the comfort of a mansion. That is the real difference. A $500,000 motorhome gives you freedom. A $2 million motorhome gives you freedom without compromise. Or, at least, as close as a road vehicle can get. But here is the surprising part. From the outside, most people may not notice the full difference. They will see two huge, expensive motorhomes and assume both are ridiculous. But the owner feels the difference every single day. When the road gets rough, when the cabin stays quiet, when the cabinets do not rattle, when the air conditioning holds steady, when the bed feels like a hotel suite, when the lighting makes the interior feel warm at night, when the power system keeps everything running far from a campground, when every drawer, surface, and switch feels like it belongs in a luxury apartment. That is where the money goes. Not into one big feature, but into hundreds of small decisions. And those small decisions create the feeling of true luxury. So if you had the choice, would you take the $500,000 motorhome and keep the rest of the money? Or would you go all the way to the $2 million mobile mansion? Because on paper, both can take you across the country. But only one is trying to make the road feel like a private estate. And that is why, in the world of mobile mansions, price is not just about size. It is about how invisible the compromises become.